Good evening, Brother Shah.
Peace.
I have some questions concerning the Bible.
Mm.
The first question I'd like to ask you is, why do you read the Bible?
Why do I read the Bible? Well, there are many reasons why I read the Bible, but more than anything, I had no hope in this country. And I'm not religious or through religion. I'm not Pentecostal. I'm not Baptist, as most black people that are from the West Indies, North, Central, and South America. We under some religious doctrine or denomination or some form of Afrocentricity or belief in some kind of God or something like that. So I was never like that in my coming up in life. I was just a young man that was bland from those things. Then the Lord stopped me in my tracks years ago and brought me to an understanding, because I had no understanding of myself, of my culture, of my way. I had no way. First I thought I was Afrocentric. I thought I was Egyptologist. I was into Afrocentricity and stuff like that. My grandmother was Roman Catholic, coming out of Trinidad and stuff like that. And she believed in that stuff, but I never believed in it. So she would make us go to church, but I never believed in those things. I would see white people as God and, whatever she believed in. A black woman from Trinidad, my grandfather being black, my family being black, but she believed in white images, white gods and stuff like that. So none of those things resonated with me. I was never into the Nation of Islam like my friends. I wasn't 5%er like my friends. None of those things resonated with me either. And then one day, I ran across some brothers that call themselves Israelites and stuff, and I thought they were like from outer space. But the most amazing thing was that they had a Bible. And the most amazing thing was that they answered every question from out of the Bible. And they proved it. They proved history. They proved science. They proved law. They proved facts from out of the Bible. So the things that they were saying were resonating with me at that time, and it made so much sense. And the fogs and the darkness that was in my mind became light, and doors began to open inside my mind, and I began to see things more clearly. You understand? And the book that I had inside my house in my basement, and finally I picked it up, and I could understand the things that I was reading. I could understand the words. I can understand the terms. I can understand so many of the mysteries, because now the Lord had put someone in front of me who had the key to open that door that was inside my mind. But where did that key come from? Let's go in the book of John. Let's go in the book of John. The Gospel of John, so I could give you some of the answers biblically now that I see. Okay? So when you go in the Gospel of John, the 3rd chapter, right? It says, the 16th verse, it says, "For the Lord so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son." Now, the reason why it says begotten, because Christ was born of a man and a woman. No other angel was born that way. The Lord sent his son in heaven, who was an angel, and translated him from an angelic God down into a mortal being through sex. Okay? So he gave his only begotten son into the world, that whosoever believeth on him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Now, that is a trap, because billions of people in this world do not believe on the Son. So a lot of people use this generic term. You hear them spew out this term, "Oh, I believe in Christ. Oh, I believe in Christ." You're a damn liar. You don't believe in Christ. Okay, you don't do what Christ said. You don't believe that he's black. You don't believe in anything that he does. You just use it because of your religious denomination, and everybody loves this verse and figure, if I always use this verse and say that I believe, that somehow you're going to get in the kingdom of heaven. No, you're not. Okay? For the Lord sent not his son into the world to condemn the world. So the world is the world of Israel. Okay? So he didn't send his son at that time to condemn Israel. He says, but that the world through him might be saved. Okay? Now watch this, based on the question she asked me. He says, he that believeth on him is not condemned. Okay? So you can't say Arabs believe in him because they don't think that Christ is the Son of God. So billions of people that believe in Islam is condemned. See how easy it is? But he that believeth not is condemned already. So if you are anti-Christ, so you could be a black man, Chinese man, white man, or whatever, you don't believe, you are condemned already. So you're just living for no purpose when this man returns. Because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Lord. See how the scriptures is clear? That's why it's called English. It's not Chinese. It's not Japanese. It's not another language where you worry. People always talking about, well, I can't understand the deeds and the doubts. This ain't got nothing about deeds and doubts. This is you just don't want to believe because you got a damn hard head. That's all it is. And this is the condemnation. Watch this now. That light is coming to the world. Who's the Christ? Who's the light? Christ. Okay? And I can show you verses on that. That men love darkness rather than light. See that? So before I got to the word now, before I came into the Israelite congregation, I was in darkness. And now he gave me the light. Okay, well, now I can see. That men love darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil. So I was very evil. I was very, very evil. Okay? Robbing people and all types of things like that. Things I was doing, like I could just go through it. Matter of fact, let me give you that in the book of Mark. How was I evil? Let's go to the book of Mark. Let's go to the book of Mark. Let's go to Mark, the 7th chapter. See, unlike Adam, I take full responsibility for all the things that I've done that are wicked and wrong. It's in the past, but I take full responsibility. I don't pass the buck on nobody else, whether I know or I don't know. I don't pass the blame for whatever my problems is onto nobody else. Mark, the 7th chapter. Let's see why he says the deeds of men are evil. Okay? And that's what's going on. If you look at this world right now, the lying politicians, the murderers, look amongst our people, how many people are amongst young boys among our people is murderers. Okay? And you can't pass the buck and say, well, why did he do that? You took the responsibility and you killed people. You killed people. Okay? You killed people. And now you walking around scot-free. And the Lord is going to get all y'all for doing that. Okay? The Lord is not letting you off the hook. He's not letting you off the hook. Okay? That's what's wrong with our people. You know how many young boys I know out here as killers? You know how many young boys will kill you with no problem, black people? But they're not killing nobody else. You in fear under them. Okay? You in fear under them. But they're going to pass the buck and say about, well, you know, well, I couldn't get a job or whatever. That's all garbage, man. Okay? So let's see what's wrong with our people. Mark, the 7th chapter. Start at the 18th verse. And he said unto them, are you so without understanding also? Do you not perceive that whatsoever thing that goeth into a man, it cannot defile him? So if you drop a piece of chicken on the floor, that's what he was talking about. Because the Israelites back then was talking about you got to wash your hands and wash your feet. Like that makes you clean. He's like, no. See, you still don't understand. The cleaning is what's in your mind. So when you read the word is supposed to clean your mind because the word is the water to show you what you did right and what you're doing wrong. So that you can wash yourself just like you go take a shower every day and you see dirt come from somewhere. Why? Because your skin is physically dirty. So to get the smell off, you got to wash. So the smell that's in your mind, you got to wash again and again. That's why you're supposed to read the word again and again. I'm going to show you all of that. Because it enter not into his heart, but into the belly and go out into the drought, purging all meats. He just broke down your entire digestive system. Because your body breaks food down, what it needs and what it doesn't need. What it doesn't need, it passes it out through your small intestine into your colon system. That's where you get feces and urine from. Your entire digestive system. What is necessary tends to the muscle structure, your nerves, and so forth like that. That's why they show you what is good food for you to eat. Okay? He says, and that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. For from within, out of the heart of man, proceed evil thoughts. So before I knew the Bible, I thought I didn't think anything I was doing was evil. I was good. My team was good. My team was good. If I needed to rob you in some way or form to get what I got, I didn't think of it. But now by reading this book now it's, damn. Because now there was something for me to think about. All my guns I gave away. You know why? Because I didn't think nothing of shooting at people. But now I thought, damn, I could have killed that person. Because there was something above me that said, yo, you made a wrong move, man. You made a wrong move. Check this out. From out of the heart, what heart? This proceed evil thoughts, man. So what is the nature of man right now? Evil thoughts. If you really stop and think in this world, from the lying politicians that perceive themselves as leaders, okay, all down to the murderers, thieves, hustlers, and all that, evil thoughts, man. Liars, evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders. You know what adultery is? A lot of people don't even know what adultery is. Adultery, people think, okay, well, if I slept with this man's wife, okay, that's adultery. You got to know what this book is talking about. Man. All these things I've committed. The only thing that I have not done is murder. And I thank the Lord for that. And that all proceeds, and many times I'll be thinking about clapping at people for real. See, I'm expounding to you the truth. People out here be pushing that button. People out here be really pushing that button, man. Check this out. It says thefts. I did that. Covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride. I was so proudful back then. Foolishness. A lot of people is into foolishness, man. Talking crap out of their mouth. Don't know a goddamn thing. Always running their mouth. Foolishness. All these things come from within and defile the man. So get mad at me. But if you open up the book of Mark, the 7th chapter, the 19th to the 23rd verse, it clearly tells you. So when you go back now into John, it says, for everyone that loveth darkness rather than light. See that's where I was at. That's why I read the book now. Because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hated the light. That's why people like to do things in darkness. Because they hate to be seen. They're like rats. As soon as the light turn on, now I don't have to worry about that because I'm not doing those things because the book has showed me the light. Look, don't go there. Don't cross there. Lest your deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light. See, so now I come to the light. What is the light? The book. I come to the light. I read the book. I try to read it over and over and over. I try to meditate on it over and over and over. I don't walk around with it on me like I used to. But now I think about it in my daily walk. So what do I do in my daily walk? I'm going to give you a verse of how I try to live this book as much as I can in my daily walk. Let's go in the book of Matthew. Let's go in the gospel. This is what you're supposed to be doing in the book. Let's go in the gospel. Matthew, the 4th chapter. Matthew, the 4th chapter. So this is how I try to walk in my daily walk. Now, there's a verse that says, if possible, be at peace with all men. See what he says? If possible. But how do you do that? Matthew, the 4th chapter and the 5th chapter and the 43rd verse. He says, and he is law. Okay, his words is law. It says, you have heard that it's been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy. So, man, if you got a lot of enemies, you got problems. Because there's going to be more enemies to you in whatever you do or whatever you believe than friends. He says, and that's the Mosaic law, Old Testament. But now he's bringing a new law, New Testament, by the New Testator, bringing a new testimony. See, you got to study words. That's what the Bible has done for me. It's made me study words. But I say unto you, love your enemies and bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you and pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you. So now that's what I do. In my daily walk, you know, where I practice at or whatever, there's many different men of different understandings. Some men don't like me, okay? But like the part of Scripture said, if possible, be at peace with all men. The Lord is not coming back to be at peace with everybody. See, y'all are in a daydream. If you think that the Lord is somehow coming back to go, kumbaya, everybody. No, the Lord is coming back to kill all of you. You're not his friend, you his enemy. Read the book. Don't take it from me. Don't get pissed off at me in your little religious doctrine, in your mode. Well, I'm not going to believe in God, but whenever he comes back, he's going to love me. You smoking. And not only you smoking dust, crack, and heroin, and fentanyl, and whatever other garbage that you're putting inside your head. That's not what the book is talking about. The Lord is not coming back to psychoanalyze you to, well, my son, that is white Christ that you believe in, where he sits there all peaceful, and that's bullshit. That is bullshit. That is not in this book. Wake up. He's only telling you this now for you to use in this world as a weapon in the warfare of this hateful world that you exist in. So you're keeping them at bay. Okay, you're keeping them at bay. Okay, he says, bless them. So I bless people. Peace, Lord. How you doing, man? Hope you're having a great day. Whether you love me or not, you know what? I'm doing what he told me to do. See, I'm following the law that he told me to do. He says, bless them and pray for them. May the Lord bless you, which despitefully use you. So you're doing wrong things to me now? Fine. There's somebody watching. And persecute you, that I may be the children of your Father which is in heaven. For he, the Lord, maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good. See that? So the Lord ain't picking and choosing right now who the sun is going to rise on. The sun is rising on everybody. Sun is rising on everybody. If you know how many killers is out here in this world, man, you know, go on YouTube and find out how many killers is out here in different countries. People just killing people, whether robbing or stealing or don't like each other down in Mexico. Look at the murders that's going on down in Mexico. People being killed, kidnapped, cut up and put into acid vats and stuff like that. All that's going to be done all over the world. That's going to be done with the return of the Lord. Done. Yes, unjust, but you got to know the book, man. You got to stop daydreaming and come out of, you know, I saw some lady the other day. She was up there screaming and hollering, oh, Jesus, Jesus, oh, Jesus, I need Jesus. Yeah, I don't know if you want the Jesus that's coming back, because all that garbage you're doing is not going to be done. Ain't going to be no running around hollering Jesus. You're going to be in the proper order. Everything is going to be in order. That's what the Bible says. Okay? People don't want the Bible. People are on their emotions. Those are demons that's inside of you. All your demons is coming out. Okay? That's not what the book is saying. He says that you may be the children of your Father, which is in heaven, for he maketh his sun, the sun in the sky. So when you get up in the morning, you got your gun, you strap on your gun, who are you going to kill? Black people with the sun shining on you. You ain't going to kill nobody else. The sun shining on you. When the rain coming down that you drink water from, he brought that water. He ain't say, well, don't give him no water. When you in jail and you getting water, where that water come from? From the Father. See how wicked you all are? You don't understand the Bible. You don't want to understand the Bible. Because there's two forces. There's the Father and the devil. That's it. Simple as that. Make it rain to rise on the good and send rain on the just. Listen to this. He sends rain on the just and the unjust. So he don't make it rain on just, man, only my son here, it gets the rain. And then you walk and there ain't no rain falling on you. Read the book, man. So let me finish up why I read this book. Let's stay in the Gospel of Matthew, the 6th chapter and the 33rd verse. Great question. Why do I read the Bible? But seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord. See that? I'm trying to get in the kingdom of the Lord, man. Because this kingdom that we exist in is the kingdom of hell. This is the first vibration, which is of the devil. Okay, and his cohorts that run this world under him. This world was given to the devil. That's in the Bible. That's why in the flag of the United States, it says USA, under Satan's authority. This whole world and its vibration is under Satan's authority in some form or fashion. If you know the history of the Bible and the history of the people of the world. So now, in reading the Bible, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord. So now how do I seek the kingdom of the Lord? Let's let the Bible speak and show you how I seek the kingdom of the Lord. So when you go up into the book of Romans, right? When you go up in the book of Romans, the 10th chapter, it says, so faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord. See that? Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. See that? So now, that's why I read. So seek ye out of the book of the Lord. This is the book of the Lord, and I got to read. And that's how I develop faith in the understanding of the Father. Because there is no telephone, right? There is no telephone where somebody's calling you and going, hey, this is the Father. You know, you need to get your act together. There's no book. There's no phone. There is no phone. So that was a great question. I got one more verse for that, right? Why I read the Bible and stuff like that. It says, seek ye out of the kingdom, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Now, staying in Matthew, let's look at what, great question, right? Why do I read the Bible? Let's stay in the book of Matthew, and y'all read these verses yourselves, right? But now, what is the goal? Okay, let's go in the book of Matthew, the 8th chapter, the 7th chapter, and the 13th verse. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. I do not want to be destroyed. I do not want to be destroyed. Just the other day, I opened up the sink and I forgot the hot water was on, and I just drifted out. And I stuck my hand under the water and I screamed because of the hot water, boiling hot water. That boiling hot water is the fire that is coming back for you. You do it yourself. Just daydream and then stick your hand under boiling hot water. And if you can stand that pain, then get ready for what's coming at you. So there is no hell that's coming out there for a fire where you're going to be stuck with demons that's going to be with pitchforks. See, that's Roman Catholic garbage. Okay, and a lot of you are into Roman Catholic doctrines and stuff like that. All these split churches. A lot of you are into that. And you swear that you're saved. You're saved from what? You're saved from nothing. Okay? You're still living in the same hell, in the same hood, in the same garbage coop, projects and all that. You ain't saved from nothing. You're still in Babylon. You're still in Babylon, which is called America. So he says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be that go in thereat. Do you think that you good? You think you're good? You think you're good? But you got a Christmas tree every Christmas. You do Easter. You do all kinds of religious doctrine, which is not in the book. But nobody can tell you nothing. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. What do I want? Why do I read the Bible? Life, man. Immortality. Chilling with my nation, chilling with my people, chilling with all the different ladies that's going to be in the kingdom. Yeah, ladies is going to be in the kingdom. Somehow people think that there's going to be no women in the kingdom and that we just going to live a boring life. We just going to stand there. Well, how does a nation come into existence? How does a nation come into existence? This is the madness as to what people think, that they're not studying this book. Nations come into existence with men having sex with women and producing kids. That is Bible fact. That's why the Lord created Adam and Eve and many other men and women. In the kingdom, we're going to have food. In the kingdom, we're going to have gold. In the kingdom, we're going to have everything. Everything is going to be in the kingdom. And the kingdom is going to be upon earth. We're going to run this kingdom. We're going to control the world. That is the prophecies and the love that the Lord has given to us forever and ever and ever. That's given to us. The men of the nation of Israel. Okay? So it says, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way to life. So now he's like, you better close it all in. You better close it all in. You better see which way you're going. And that's what I deal with every day, man. Like I said, I don't walk around with a book on top of my head like some people do. That's them. My book is inside my mind. My book is inside my mind. How I try to move. I do the best that I can, try to be right with people. You know? And once I can't be right, I move away from you. I move away from you. So these are some of the verses, and there are many more as to why I read the Bible. But now let me give you one last one. Let me give you one last one why I read the Bible. Let's go in the book of Isaiah. Let me show you, and this one really is why I read the Bible. Yeah, I can give you like hundreds of why I read the Bible. Let's go in the book of Isaiah. The last chapter and the 15th verse. You better pay heed to this, why I read the Bible. Why you should be reading the Bible. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury. So why you want to be on the angry side of the Lord? Well, that's your choice. And his rebuke with flames of fire. So he's going to rebuke you. You understand what I'm saying? Now be clear. I never said that I'm perfect. I'm under no assumptions that I'm perfect. I just hope that I am found worthy to make the kingdom of heaven. Like you have people out here teaching that they're going to make the kingdom of heaven because they already know. They already know that they're chosen, and you know that they already know that they're in. For by fire, see that? And by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. So there's nobody that's going to escape, man. You know, people talking about the Chinese is going to take over. Really? Do you really read the Bible? Do you really read the Bible? Then you have no clue. Nowhere does it say anything about no Chinese taking over. Nowhere does it say about Chinese money or whatever. The white man is the man the Lord put up, not the Chinese. That just shows you don't know the Bible, man. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. See that? So the Lord is coming back to kill of the Lord. So those verses are crystal clear. Last verse. Let's go into the book of Ephesians 5 verse 26. Great question. Why do I read the Bible? Ephesians. Let's go in the book of Ephesians, the 5th chapter and the 26th verse. He says that he might sanctify. Sanctify means chosen, and cleanse it. How? By the washing of water by the word. See that? I got a cup of water here. So when I drink this water, it washes things down. But it's not talking about physical water. That's just the example of the spiritual water that you drink with the word. That it satisfies you, it hydrates you, it cleans you, just like you take a shower with water. So just like Christ is the word of life, that's what the Bible is to me. That's why I read the Bible. Okay. So great question, man. Hopefully some more questions will pop up. So hopefully you flow with this word. Now, everybody gonna do and choose what they want. But as long as you see these answers is coming from the Bible, have no beef. 1, go.
Okay, Brother Sean?
Mm-hmm.
I had just recently, it's a death in my family, so this prompts a question. What happens after you die?
Wow. And that's a great question too, man. A lot of people, around me have had deaths in their family and stuff. One brother, he took it really, really hard. He disappeared for like 4 months and stuff like that. And once again, that goes into the religion, man. The darkness that these religions, these lying pastors put on people's minds that you're going to go to heaven or you're going to go to hell. And then when you ask them to show you a verse, they can't find it. See that? But what does the Bible say? See, when you talk to me now, I'm going to give you Bible answers. See that? I'm not going to go into some religious denomination, but you, the pastor, don't want to die. Okay? So what the Bible did for me, once again, is give me light on a topic that I don't know anything about. So let's go into the book of Ecclesiastes in the Bible, the 3rd chapter, and I'm going to start at the 18th verse. He says, "And I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Lord might manifest them, that they might see that they themselves are beasts." See that? The Lord is telling us that we are beasts. We think that we so much greater, but we act just like the damn animals, man. We will kill and rape each other and destroy each other, murder each other with no problem to this very minute. That you're a beast. How are you greater than beasts? Lions act the same way, man. Check this out. "For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts, even one thing befalleth them, as one dieth, so dieth the other." No different. You drop dead, it drop dead. "Yea, they all have one breath, so that a man have no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. All go to one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again." So your body starts to decompose. Hold on. So she asked a great question. What happens when you die? Check this out. This is in the Apocrypha. See? Now you got light. Check this out. See that? It's in the Apocrypha, baby. Look at the answer. This is Ecclesiastes in Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, the 10th chapter and the 11th verse. "For when a man is dead, or a woman, or a baby, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms." See that? Because your body starts to move from state to state, and it starts to decompose. See that? And your body your intestines start to turn to worms. But it never happened to Christ. It never happened to Christ. It never happened to Elijah, and it never happened to Enoch. Things for another level. See that? So she asks, what shall happen? He says, all are of dust, and all turn to dust again. Who know it now? So what happens now? When the body starts to, when you die now, it says, who know that the spirit of man that goeth upward, back to the Father, and the spirit of the beast, lions, horses, tigers, whatever, the spirit of the beast that go downward to the earth, because they do not need to be judged. If a lion attacks you, it's because it's hungry, or a lioness may attack you because she feels that you're coming close to her cubs. So the Lord is not going to judge them for their actions. The Lord is not going to judge them. So a great question was asked. What happens when you die? So now we go into the word. Okay. Who knows that the spirit of man that goeth upward? So go upward, your spirit now. See, the Lord is giving you answers. That's the purpose of the Bible. Great first part of the question. The purpose of what is the purpose of the Bible? Now I'm finding out about death. Okay, so this is Ecclesiastes in the Bible, the 3rd chapter and the 21st verse. Who knoweth that the spirit of man that goeth upward? So when your body returns now, so when the body and the spirit was like this, and now a force greater than them, whether you get by accident or gunshot or some kind of disease, cancer or whatever, causes the spirit now to leave the body starts now to break down. Okay, the body begins to break down. Who knoweth that the spirit and the spirit of the beast that go downward to the earth? Because the spirit of the beast does not have to be judged. So how do we know that when you die, you're going to go to be judged? Let's first keep staying in Ecclesiastes and let's finish that out. Right, let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter and the 7th verse. It says, then shall dust return to the earth as it was. See that? So your body shall start to decompose over a period of time. Okay. And the spirit shall return unto the Father who gave it. See that? So now where does it go now? Let's go up into the book of Revelation and see where it goes. So now we could take this for very long verses and stuff, but we're just keeping it simple. Now there isn't good. So let's go to Revelation, the 20th chapter. Let's go to Revelation, the 20th chapter, and we're going to go to the 11th verse. And I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and heaven fled away. And there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Father, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things that were written in the books, according to their works. See that? So, you know, you got to understand what's going on now. The second and third part is going to move into allegories. Okay, I'm telling you, that's exactly what it is. Because I know you're going to keep reading, right? So you're going to keep reading. You're going to go, well, see, it says, and whosoever was found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So now, because of your Roman Catholic doctrine that you believe in, you think that there's a lake of fire somewhere waiting for you. Then that would nullify this right here in Job. Let's go to the book of Job. If there is a lake of fire, why did not Adam go to a lake of fire? Why was Adam's punishment upon the earth? If there was a lake of fire, listen to how you think and listen to the word. If there was a lake of fire for a sin that you have committed, right, and then you got to be judged, right? Why in Genesis there was no lake of fire created? In Genesis, from the first chapter, he said, I am done. I have done what? Creating. Why did he tell you everything that he created, but there was no lake of fire? What, he held that in secret? Why, when Adam committed those sins, which is crimes, breaking the laws of the Most High, why did the Lord punish him upon the earth? Why was David punished upon the earth? Why was Solomon punished upon the earth? Why didn't the Lord say, well, okay, come up here. I got a lake of fire waiting for you. See, you got to know the Bible, man. You got to know the Bible. Let's go to the book of Job, the 3rd chapter. 10th verse. Let's talk about death, man. Let's talk about it. You know, somebody used to say, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Open your mind. Come out your religious garbage doctrines that you believe in. Open the word of the Lord. That's why the Lord tell you, Isaiah 34:16, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. But it's not written as a straight book. It's written as precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. He didn't put it all together because it's written like that. 11th verse. Why died I not from the womb? What is he speaking about? Death. This is Job. He says, why did I not give up the spirit when I came out of the belly? So he's talking about when he was a little child and the mother pushed him out, why he didn't give up the spirit. Everything in the universe that is animate has a spirit. Ooh. This is inanimate. This is inanimate. It has no life. I got to pick it up. Okay. Why did the knees prevent me, the mother's knees? Or why the breast that I should suck? Woman's breast, mom's breast. That's what they created for you to suck on. Yep, that's in the Bible. Or in the book of Proverbs. For now should I have lain still and been quiet. See, the child died. He didn't have a spirit in him. I should have slept. Death is sleep. That had I been at rest, death is rest. With kings. See, he said kings rest. When kings die, they rest. And counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves. So think of all the pharaohs of Egypt and their tombs, desolate places. See why he's breaking it down? So counselors and kings and their mausoleums and stuff that they built, desolate places, man, for them to rest. Okay? Or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver, all the rich Omans of, Saudi Arabia and Qatar and all these different places, the Sultan of Brunei and all these different guys, Putin with all his money that he stole, okay? On hidden untimely birth, I had not been, as infants which never saw light. There, wait, what? If he had died, he said, there, the wicked cease from troubling. So when you born, here you get what? Trouble. By wicked people on this earth, in different countries, in different places. He says people are wicked, but he says if he was dead, there would be no wicked to trouble him. And dear, the weary, so now you in this world, you weary. Your body, it's like you don't feel no hope. That's why you commit suicide. People jump off. You know what I'm saying? People commit suicide in many different ways by taking drugs to alleviate the weariness of this world, man. People take drugs to alleviate the weariness of this world. That's their release, their escape. They don't care anymore. They have no hope. This place was supposed to be the land of the free and the robbers and thieves, man. So people just tap out. Some people go underground and just don't give a damn anymore. They become trolls. They live deep under the grounds in the train stations. He says, there the wicked cease from troubling and there the weary be at rest. And I'm going to tell you, man, a great question was asked. Why do I study the Bible? Because it really does give me light, man. I tell you, every day, because this world is weary on me, for real. I'm giving you real feelings, man. It's like a struggle, man. You know, a spiritual struggle. It's like a physical struggle. You at war, man. You're at war, and you got to keep up. Because once you tap, man, it's over. It's over. There, the prisoners rest together. See that? So once anybody tap out and you leave the physical body, he's letting you know you're going to rest. They hear not the voice of the oppressor. The small and great are there. And the servant is free from his master. Where? When you die. When you die. Wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul, which long for death, but it cometh not, and dig for it more than for hid treasures. So that's Job giving you another aspect of what happens when you die. Now, everything is your choice as to what you believe. I'm going to give you one more set of verses about death. There's a lot of verses about death. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. Let's go into the Apocrypha. Let's see what this is about. Let's go into the 41st chapter of Ecclesiasticus, and we're dealing with a great question. The topic is, what happens when you die? It says, O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions. So you rich, you don't want to die. Think of Michael Jackson. Think of Whitney Houston. Think of the Kennedy dude that died in the plane crash with his wife and whatever. These people were rich. Look at all the sultans of Brunei and people. Think of Chapo, multi-billionaire drug dealers now sitting dead practically in Supermax prison in Arizona. You dead. You are dead, man. You dead. You went from multi-billionaire, all the things that you had, drugs, money, planes, women, this, that, kids. And now nobody can see you for the rest of your life. And if you come back again, you're going right back to that hole. You dead. So he says, how bitter? So it's a bitter thing. If you got all this money, is the remembrance, man, get away from me. I'm living good. I'm living good. Think of all these rich black basketball players. They don't want to die. To a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, your possessions is all you feeling good. You got 3 cars. Shaquille O'Neal got 10 cars. Floyd Mayweather got 13 cars. All cars is $1 million. 2 jet planes, all that. 6 houses, 6 mansions. You living good. Unto the man that have nothing to vex him. So these men got nothing to vex them at all. They just wake up. They got the best, muscle relaxers, people that massage them. I remember Floyd flew his masseuse. He was somewhere, did a video, and he's like, yo, send my jet for her. I need her to come. And in 3 hours, the jet brought her, and she makes like 90 grand a year just massaging him. You had rest in your possessions. Who does that? You got to go pay $130 in Manhattan to get a massage. You got to find people and stuff like that. He just flies her in. See that? He's at rest. And I'm just using him as an example of the verse. And that prosperity in all things, that has prosperity in all things. Tesla, 4th richest man in the world, $50 billion. The Sultan of Brunei, the Rothschilds, trillions of dollars. They had rest in their possessions. And unto him that is able to receive meat. So they don't have to worry, receiving meat. They don't have to worry about, man, I got to go find food. And then food that you find is garbage. They get the best food brought to them. They don't have to go look for it. They send their best cooks and chefs to get it. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy. Unto the needy. He's going to break it down. And unto him whose strength faileth. So as you're getting older now, thank the Lord for my mom's. She was getting older. She had many different diseases, and her strength was failing. So death was an acceptable thing, and I was so glad because it put out of the pain and the misery. See, that's what the Bible does. It gives you light. Okay? That is now in the last age. She was in her last age and is vexed with all things. She was falling down, couldn't help herself move from a strong woman, and now she needed help. And it was such a sad situation. So, O death, it was a needy thing. Okay? With vexed with all things, and to him that despaired and have lost patience. He's giving you both sides. That's how the Lord is. The Lord is just. He works on a scale of balance. He works on a scale of balance. He shows you the negative and the positive. Do you accept it? Fear not the sentence of death. Wait, it's a what? A sentence. Remember them that have been before thee and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Lord over all flesh. Everything dies. He put the sentence on it. And I'm going to show you why. Check this out. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? Now check that out. Why are you against the pleasure of the Most High? I remember years ago in the newspaper, it was a storm. It was a big storm. Trees was falling down everywhere. And they had it in the newspaper. Some little kid was in the back of a car, and this family in Queens came from church, you know, and the windstorm just crashed the tree right down on the kid. Dead came out, and it just crashed and killed the kid. And the lady or whatever was screaming, "Oh God, why? Why you kill my kid? Why you kill my kid?" I thought you went to church. Doesn't church supposed to teach you something? See, that's the fantasy bullshit that y'all be in. See what the verse tell you? Why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? Death is a pleasure of his. To kill your ass. That's it. To kill your ass. Because when you read about these things in the Bible, you think, well, it shouldn't happen to you. That was them. That's how y'all think. That was them. That was over there. I'm saved now. Not my little son. He should not be killing my little son. Then you're still not reading this book. 4th verse. And why art thou against the pleasure of the Most High? Listen to this well. There is no inquisition in the grave. You know what it means, inquisition? There is no court case in the grave with somebody stabbing you based on the fantasy that they set up. Whether you have lived 10 and 100 or 1,000 years. See that? So that was another great question. What happens when you die? Now the question is, do you believe what it is that you're reading? See, a lot of people read these verses and don't believe. The hell you reading the book for then? The hell you reading the book for? You don't see me reading you the Quran because it's a book of garbage. I got all these books. I might read it to show you what's wrong with it, but I don't believe nothing in them books. It's garbage. Okay? Straight garbage. I want to read you one more thing. You think the Lord is playing with y'all about this death thing? Then you really don't know the Father. Let's go into the book of Ezekiel. You know, y'all always screaming about God. I love God. I love God. I love God. Let's go into the book of Ezekiel and see, how does God get down? Is he nice like you? You know, oh, don't kill this one and don't kill that one. Or is he a killer? Or do you jump over these verses when you read them? Do you jump over these verses? This is Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. We talking about that still, you know. Okay, let's see who's going to do some killing here, or who's going to do the order of killing. And is he worried? Is he sitting on the throne going, oh, God, he just killed his little baby. Oh, I don't like that. That's your European garbage. That's your pretty blonde, blue-eyed garbage facts that you read. And you think that when you died, somehow you're going to change into a blonde cherub, and you're going to have little fingers and gold wings and all that bullshit. Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, and we starting at the 1st one. I want to show you one last aspect of death. Who's ordering death and who don't give a damn about you dying? Now, do you believe or do you not believe? Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. The Israelites are the people of God, the chosen people of God. They didn't ask to be chosen. God chose them. Okay? There are 12 tribes. Let's see what he does. He cried also in my ear, this is Ezekiel, with a loud voice, cause them that have the charge over the city, he's talking about Israel, to draw near, every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate that lied towards the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, and there is a writer's inkhorn by his side. And they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. See, so it's talking about Jerusalem. And the glory of the Lord was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with the linen that had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, Go, listen to this well. See what your belief is now. See the Lord and see what you think about your God, that you always say, I love God. God is great. Generic term. Oh, God is great. Well, let's see. Go through the midst of the city, Jerusalem, Israelites, and through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Are you upset about this crap called America? The abominations? Are you upset? Are you... Check it out. And to others he said in mine hearing, Go ye after him through the city and smite. Smite means kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Check this out. Let's see who he going to kill. Is he going to kill just one set of people? He going to let the little babies live? Still ain't reading this book. Slay utterly, old and young, both maids, young girls, little children, your little baby that was in the car in Queens, and women. You know, I'm telling you because I listen to a lot of people and how they think. A lot of people think that women is going to somehow slide by. Oh, she's a woman, she's safe. You have no understanding of this God, man. Just like he can recreate anything, he can recreate women too. He can recreate women too. And right now he's saying, kill all y'all. That's what I want to escape. But come not upon any mark, man, upon whom is the mark. See that? I'm trying to get what? The mark. Why do I read the Bible? Re-answering you because I want to get the mark. And begin at my sanctuary. You know who the sanctuary of the Lord is? Israel. Us that call ourselves Israelites. And they began at the ancient men which were before the house. You know who the ancient men is? All these old men that's in the hood, hanging out, talking shit, smoking weed, you know, living their life or whatever, but they ain't never did nothing concerning the Lord. He start with them. Then he go into all your priests that's living good off of you that you paying them tithes to. He start with them. And then he coming to you. Wait, I know inside your mind you saying, no, that's not good. That's the Old Testament. You're a damn liar. I'm going to prove it to you right now. So I'm closing.
This would be good to have a question afterward, after you read I guess those 2 verses, right?
One.
Wait, no.
So I'm closing. But look at this verse well from the earlier verse, where it's going to start at the ancient men. But who's it going to start with? So let's go up in the New Testament now, since you're going to think, well, that's the Old Testament. He's not going to do that to us. We're in the New Testament. You know, we believe in this and that. So this is 1 Peter, the 4th chapter, and the 17th verse. It's the same thing that he written in the Old Testament, not the same as what he's going to do in the New Testament. For the time is come, it's coming, that judgment, judgment, what is judgment? That is when a penalty is issued against a criminal act against the laws of the Father. So judgments are coming down. Must begin where? Not at the other nations, at the house of God. The house of God is not the Roman Catholic Church. It is not your Pentecostal church. The house of God is not your church that you go to where your lying pastor sits up there and then takes your money and then you go home feeling good, but you're still in the same situation. That's not the house of God. The house of God is the nation of Israel. 12 tribes. Read it in your Bible. And if it first began at us, not the Chinese, the Japanese, the Russians, the Zulus, the Ethiopians, the Kenyans. Those are not the house of God. See, I made it clear for you. If it first begin at us, what shall be the end of them that obey not the gospel? So what is going to happen to the Arabs who believe in Islam? What is going to happen to Farrakhan and his Nation of Islam? They don't believe in the gospel. What is going to happen to all the people with all their religions all over the world and their false beliefs? If we're the house of God and they're not, and he said judgment is going to come at us, then he said, what is going to happen to them? Now you understand. Death. So don't get it twisted. The young lady asked 2 great questions. Hopefully I gave you enough verses. Leave me a like. Leave me a question if you're really following. Take your time, follow the verses. And peace. May the Lord bless you. I'm going to be setting up another channel, and I'll expound on that. All right? Be well out there. If you got any questions, type a question, and we see where it goes. Peace.